This podcast was recorded on the land of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation.
G'day, guys.
Locke's wearing pyjamas.
Wow. Bus thrown under minute 1. We've just had a big argument how it's not appropriate for me to wear this shirt I'm wearing.
He's wearing
which
pyjamas.
Is totally
to
fine
the
in my
podcast
opinion.
recording with all the shirts that I've bought him over time, of which half of them he's ruined. He's chosen to wear his pyjamas.
Okay.
To work.
Now let's get stuck into today. Jad's had a rant to you guys. Nothing you guys can do about it. And here we are. Guys, welcome back. Wherever you are in the world,
Back to the pod.
we love having you with us. We appreciate you checking in every week. And I dare say that we're really enjoying our episodes at the moment whereby you guys sort of contribute and write in your stories, because it feels like we're sort of creating this nice community and tight-knit circle that is like, you know, willing and happy to share the intricacies of their life. And I actually wanted to start by saying a little thank you, because I think that although we keep you anonymous on, you know, on the episode, you guys do write into us. You know, we see your names and we see your stories, and, you know, some of them are quite like intricate and intimate details of your lives and your previous relationships and histories. And it does mean a lot that you trust us with that stuff, trust us to share it, and then are willing for other people to hear your stories, as it might shed some light. And then also just like making Mad About You so fun in that regard, that we have all these amazing stories from you guys, which is really, really special. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who writes in and, you know, lets us into your life a little bit and lets us share it, because it does make for a much more enjoyable podcast for us and hopefully you guys. So I did want to say thank you to everyone for doing that. Our listener episode this week, we asked for some of your craziest breakup stories. Now, obviously, last week's Valentine's stories went down a treat, and we're here back with some breakup stories. Now, I dare say that these ones are even more diabolical. Some of them are like jaw-dropping stories. So brace yourself for that. And then lastly, our Ask Mum and Dad segment this week is coming from a guy who is a little bit worried that his missus might be using him as a bank, which I actually thought was really crazy, because we had 2 like financial Ask Mum and Dads back to back, like last week and this week, which is weird because that must be like a topic that, you know, people are struggling to navigate in relationships, finances, which is, it's interesting. So yeah, we'll duck into that later. But before we get stuck into our breakup stories, now a listener sent me something during the week, and I honestly, it needs to have its own little moment, okay? Because I thought it was a little bit odd that this was, I didn't know it was necessary in a relationship, but a listener reached out to me and said that she'd split up with an ex who was actually her fiance, who had made her do something a little bit funky in their relationship. So I am going to read what she initially said to me to give you guys a little bit of context. So it says, "My then fiance, now ex, was extremely controlling. So controlling that he sent me a relationship contract with rules that I had to abide by. Let me know if you want me to send you the contract. It's pretty funny."
Yes.
Now, of course, I did have to see this thing. So I said, I'd love to see it if you don't mind me sharing. And yeah, when she sent it to me, I was a little bit flabbergasted, because there's things in this thing where they don't need to be said in a relationship, and also they just can be communicated. You don't need to sign something. You don't need to be held to account for. Yeah, it is just common sense and niceties, but then also
Like,
some
must
things
like me.
Some things that I dare say are quite unnecessary in a relationship as well. And so I think that, you know, shedding some light on these things and knowing, like, I didn't think, like, when this got sent to me, I didn't think this happened. I didn't think this is something that was going on out there. And so if it is, just know that if you think it's a bit odd, that is totally fine. And you don't have to sign a contract put in front of you to get into a relationship with someone. No. Unless they're, I don't know, a billionaire and it's a prenup. That might make sense. Well, but yeah, so here goes. The contract started by saying there is to be no talk of engagement once every 3 months.
That's how it started.
If necessary. Yeah.
That's how it opens.
Yeah. As in, sorry, it actually says the purpose of this contract is to set forth the terms and conditions upon which the man's name and woman's name will continue their relationship. So it's literally written like a contract. To which this lady also said to me, her partner's not a lawyer. So it's not like he had fun writing contracts.
He might have employed someone though.
Yeah, I dare say it looks a bit more
like
like a template.
You can get contract templates on the line.
Yeah, he's definitely done one of those.
Or you can use AI.
All right, so you're not allowed to talk about engagements. But you can once every 3 months if necessary.
You and I would have broken up 3 days in.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then says, X is a busy man. He will respond to messages when he is ready. a big conversation about this is not necessary. So it's kind of just like he is just sort of like letting his partner know that
I'd be battling in this relationship.
He's busy, and we'll get back to you. But these are kind of conversations that you can just have, right? You don't need to write this down. And then it says, critical point: X and Y need to be 100% honest with each other at all times.
I like that.
I like it too.
That's a good one.
Surely you can just say, look, sweetie, I'd love it if you didn't lie to me.
It's just a
Let's
given.
Just be honest.
It's just part of the relationship.
But also, once you sign that, you could still lie, right? It's not going to stop you from lying.
Because he could sue her.
I don't think this is binding.
It is.
You reckon?
Once you sign it, it's bound.
I think if you took this to a lawyer and said, I sign this, they'd go,
I actually don't know enough about. Can you just write your own contract, and that's legally binding?
Yeah, I think.
I don't know enough about.
You can also have verbal contracts where you can agree to things.
No, but this one specifically. Like, do you need a lawyer to sign off on it, or can it just be something you both agree on and you've both signed it?
Yeah, I think it can be on a napkin even. It doesn't even need to be a piece of paper.
That's interesting.
It can be written
down.
There you
go. It's bound.
All right. He was obviously getting upset about this one. It says, no more comments about flowers.
Oh, no.
So I think she was probably...
She wanted flowers?
She was asking for flowers. He got sick of that, and he put in a contract that, unfortunately, you're not allowed to talk about that anymore.
Oh, poor thing. She just wanted some flowers. Yeah. Now it's in the contract.
Yeah. Matt, that'd be such an easy way to just negate things in a relationship. Anything that's annoying, you just put in the contract. Can't do that. All right. Next one. Telephone calls a couple of times a week, in brackets, 2-3 times. Imagine you had good news, but it was the fourth call. What do you do? Like, you got to wait till next week.
Yeah, you got to save it in the bank.
Like, oh my God, I just won the lottery, but can't call X. I called him 3 times already this week, so I'll wait. I'll tell him I won 40 mil next week.
This is so awful.
Yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, so don't have many good things happen to you in a week because they're capped at 3. Okay, the next one says, dates will be planned 50-50. X will plan 1 week and Y can plan the next. I don't hate that one.
I don't hate that one either.
Normal, but also
that's pretty good.
Simple conversation like, hey babe, let's surprise each other
a lot of
once
this
a week.
This doesn't need to be written down.
Yeah, contractual obligations. It just kind of like that makes the date seem weird, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm contractually obligated to take you somewhere this week. That's so romantic. It's hot actually.
Oh, it's hot.
It's kind of hot, yeah. All right. The next one. This one I didn't really understand. It's kind of just like putting a viewpoint forward. It's not really like a rule. It says every relationship is unique. It's counterproductive to compare one relationship to another. So I think I think he's just trying to say, maybe that's like a very corporate-y sort of way of saying like, let's not talk about exes, I guess.
Oh, maybe. Perhaps.
Like let's just keep the past in the past.
Or compare. Like ex's partner's doing this. Why aren't you?
Yeah, ex's partner gets to call him 4 times a week. How come we're limited 2 to 3?
Well, yeah, I want to jack the calls up.
Yeah, so, another one probably doesn't need to be in there. But the next one says, X needs to be driving more. Whichever way, X can manage it. X needs to be able to get to Y's house by herself and pick him up sometimes.
I'm not going to lie. I'm starting to think I should write up a contract for my needs.
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, which ones aren't being met?
For you?
Yeah, go. Hit me. I dare say you're one of the most looked after people on the planet.
You keep leaving your protein water on the chopping board.
Holy moly.
You've got this powder with your protein water that you put on a scale, but you put the scale on the chopping board, and then every time I go to use the chopping board, your protein powder's on it.
All right. Write it in your contract.
I'll put that in the contract.
Can't wait for these. These are going to be crazy. All right. And lastly, now this contract was quite bigger. I just picked out some silly ones for you guys. So just know that there was plenty more to this. But it says, as much as X and Y love spending time with each other, it's important to spend time with friends to take care of some of your needs, as everyone needs a supportive tribe around them and cannot have all their needs met by just one person.
Oh, bless him.
It's fine for him just to say, hey, I wouldn't mind hanging out with the lads on the weekend sometimes. We don't, But I guess if you've said 1 date a week and 2-3 calls, then surely you've got plenty of free time, right, for other people.
You know what? If a contract is something that you both feel you need in a relationship, that's great. If that's going to work for you, that's amazing. But if you are presented with a contract like this and you're immediately going, something doesn't feel quite right about this situation, it's okay to go, hey, I don't want to sign this.
Oh, no, I would actually first say, look, I need to take this and show my lawyer. So that would,
Yeah.
because that might freak them out a little bit. Because they'd be like,
that.
oh, shit, maybe I don't want this to be shown to
no.
anyone. But I would also just say, yeah, I'd love to maybe just run this past a friend or my mum or dad. Imagine you're a 20-year-old chick and you go and hand your mum or dad a contract that your boyfriend's trying to make you sign. Whew. My daughter would not be going out with that guy for too much longer.
Yeah.
It would be.
Or just make sure you add in your own clauses.
Yeah, nice.
Make sure you even it
so
out with what you need.
I've got to add a couple of
pages.
pages.
Can talk about flowers.
Yeah.
Or I won't talk about flowers. Buy them for me every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Can talk about engagement once every 6 weeks.
Yes. Negotiate.
Can call 2 to 3 times if win lottery, fourth call allowed.
Negotiate the terms of the relationship contract.
Yeah, crazy that those words even need to go together. But I wanted to say that the nature of this, at the end of the document, it says, this document may not be modified in any manner unless in writing and signed by both parties. This document constitutes the entire agreement between the parties. Sign below. So this thing was legit. And I dare say when I messaged back with this girl, kind of like last week's story, if you listened in, there was a girl who went on a date, some guy pooed his pants. And I said, that didn't happen. She goes, I promise you it did. If you want to go listen to that episode, it's amazing. But I said to this girl, I said, look, this is not real. Like, no one did this. And she goes, no, it did happen. And I didn't actually realize it was a bit strange until I split up with them and I showed a friend after the fact. And they said, wow, like I didn't know that, your partner made you do this. So yeah, always if you're unsure of something in a relationship or you're with someone and something's happening that you're not 100% about, feel free to have those conversations with your friends,
have a
family.
chatteroni.
And you might get an outsider's perspective that might shed a little bit of light on the situation you're in. So, yeah, that's my wild little bit of meat from, that I got from a listener this week, guys.
Thanks for writing in.
Yeah, we love it. And I look forward to Jad might have a contract ready for next week, guys. So.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, buckle up, have your popcorn ready because some of these are going to knock your socks off. Now, you guys have written in with your craziest breakup stories, but I just wanted to have a little disclaimer here and say that this episode is probably an R18 plus episode because there are a few dirty themes in this episode. So if you did have kids in the car or within earshot, I dare say you listen to this episode
the kids
another
are going,
time.
Mummy, what's dirty? What's R18 dirty?
Okay, your kid sounds annoying. Half of them I don't believe. Yet again, I always follow up with ones I want to share and check that they're okay or that they actually happen to confirm. Because I don't want to just give some fabricated story. And all these women assure me that these stories happened. So we're starting off, and this one I put first, I just want to set the tone of this episode. Because I was like, oh, should I save this one for the end? It's a bit of a banger. And then I was like, nah, I'm going to come in strong from the
Always
start.
come in strong.
Yeah, I love that from you. That's why you always go, hey, at the beginning of the episode. I'm like, whoa, that's so powerful.
What the hell? I thought you liked my hey.
I love it. It's the best. All right, guys.
Well, you're just boring. You say, hey, guys, welcome back to the podcast.
Awesome. All right, guys. This one got captioned in my DMs called Worst Breakup Ever. And I honestly reckon it's probably right. It says, we were in year 11 and we were at a New Year's Eve party at my house. We snuck off to have sex for the first time together in my bedroom. Just as he is thrusting, his dad calls and he actually answered the call but didn't stop thrusting.
No!
His dad was waiting out the front of the house to pick him up.
No!
Because the phone was so close to me, I could hear the entire convo and his dad was reminding him to break up with me because he isn't allowed to date during the HSC. So basically, his dad broke up with me for him while he was still inside me. And even better, he came as he hung up the call.
No!
That is like, you couldn't, like if you told me to write the most crazy story that no one would believe, I couldn't even write that.
That's traumatizing.
That is insane.
On your first time too. It was the first time.
Does it say that?
Yeah.
Snuck off to have, first time together. Jesus Christ.
It's your first time. His dad's on the phone while he's inside you. Finishes and you hear that you're being broken up with all at the same time.
I guess something good that you could take from it is
What
that it's
do you mean?
It's only up from here.
It's only you could not end up in a worse situation.
Yeah, that would probably scar you.
That
you
would send me
think.
over the edge.
Yeah, that'd probably scar you from doing that again. You'd be like, "What's all the hype around this sex thing?" That was shocking.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah, I feel for you. That is.
That's terrible.
I've never heard of a breakup like that where
That's-
someone's dad's done it to someone on the phone whilst having sex. That's crazy. So you have taken the cake with probably the wildest breakup ever. But
That needs an award.
yeah, I hope you're doing okay. And you do have a story for the ages. Wouldn't say for the grandkids. I wouldn't be telling that one. But yeah, I feel for you. That's an
I
absolute
hope you've
shocker.
had better luck since then, because that's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, hope this breakup story is wild enough for you. My boyfriend of 8 years at the time came home from work acting very cold towards me and said he had something he needed to tell me. He suggested we go for a drive. I start to notice he's en route to my best friend's house. I start to panic and question why we'd been heading in that direction. I thought perhaps this kidnapping was his strange way of proposing to me. Nope. He took me to my best friend of 12 years' house so they could break the news together to me that they're having a secret love affair 1.5 years later, and I'm still traumatized. Okay. Sorry. I need to know, in what scenario are you doing that with your girlfriend's best friend of 12 years and then deciding that a good way to break the news is to take her to the friend's house and have a nice intervention all together where you let her down softly?
I thought about that. I was like, horrible experience. I can't imagine. But I was like, the boyfriend and the best friend have spoken and gone, I reckon the best way to tell her
This is the best way.
drive her over to my house.
Jeez.
We'll surprise her. We'll sit her down. We'll make a cup of tea. And then we'll just tell her that we've been bonking each other
That
for
is the best
a
way to
while.
do this. Yeah.
Yeah, that is
I don't think there's any good way to do that, but it's not that.
definitely a better way would be just him
Just
at
him.
home with her and going like, look, let's...
I have
at
to
that
tell you
stage,
something.
At that stage, just break up. Like maybe telling them that you're cheating with the best friend and you had a relationship and it's a love affair. I can't imagine what that would be like. Like I got a
that's
couple of mates
horrific.
that are like my closest mates on the planet. I can't imagine one day
Yeah.
losing you and losing them in the same day.
yeah.
Like that is
It's
unfathomable.
awful.
You know, like I can't imagine what that would be like.
But
You
in a
would-
conversation at the
you
same
would lose
time.
trust in friends, in partners, in future. You would be ruined if something
What
like
if they're
that
still
happened to you.
together?
So I'm unbelievably sorry that happened to you.
So
I
can we
can't
just
imagine.
acknowledge they were together for 8 years
8 years? Yeah,
and she was friends with her for 12 years.
yeah. So already for 4 years when they met.
That's
Crazy scenes.
you poor.
Can you
thing.
imagine if I said
No,
to you,
no.
"Hey,
No,
it's been a wild ride," and I drove you over to
no.
you know
People
one of your
do
friend's
that.
house and said this? Like obviously this person's done it.
She thought he was going to propose.
Yeah, that's taken a bit of a turn, hasn't
Isn't
it?
that crazy? Like,
She's gone, shit, I haven't got my nails done. He's gone, oh, don't worry, you don't need them done for this.
God, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, poor girl. I feel for you, sweetie. And that sounded really, sorry I said sweetie just then. That sounded
okay.
horrible. I've never
You
said,
went in-
I've never
You
said
went into your-
sweetie
You went
in,
into
like,
dad mode.
in like 50 episodes of the podcast.
Sorry,
So,
sweetie.
yeah.
Sorry,
I take that back.
sweetie.
I'm sorry that happened to you, madam.
Sorry, sweetie pie.
Sweetie's horrible. All right, next one. It says, so this one I thought was funny because it came with like a title. So it was almost like she'd been writing this as a book or something. So it says, breakup story, the Instagram thirst trap that exposed my ex. And I was like, oh, this is going
Here
to
we
be
go.
really
Let's
good.
go. Lock in.
All right. So I was seeing this guy for a few months, and one day I noticed a random girl had commented on one of his photos. His Instagram was public. Red flag number 1. Is that a red flag?
Apparently.
To you, is that a red flag?
Yeah, I think we should break up.
Oh, okay. And by this point, I knew all of his usual friends and followers, so this was someone completely new. The photo she commented on was a shirtless pic, of course, and not just a single thirst trap, but a carousel of them. Cringe.
Carousel thirst trap.
Carousel thirst trap. Cringe. I called him and was like, who is this? Why is she commenting? Also, this is exactly why I hate your Instagram. Because for context, I'd already had issues with his weird thirst trap content. He claimed he had no idea who she was. So naturally, I followed the account. She immediately accepted. I scrolled through her profile and got this weird feeling something wasn't adding up. I screenshotted a few highlights and reverse image searched them on Google, and of course the account was fake. The images weren't original. You spoke about that the other week, reverse image
Yeah.
searching. So people,
Clever girl.
maybe people are heeding your advice. I told him this, and his response was, well, I don't know what you want me to do. I'll block them. Okay, meanwhile, this girl DMs me. And it says girl in inverted commas because obviously she doesn't know if it's a girl or a boy or who it is because it's a fake profile. DMs me and says, hey, hun, how do I know you? I told her, you don't. You know my boyfriend, X.
I forgot those messages.
What do you mean?
That sent me back.
What?
To like, being online back in the day when you would add someone or follow them or something and it was like so personal that if you didn't actually know them, you'd ask.
Gotcha,
or if you knew about them, you'd ask.
Gotcha.
Because you're trying to pry for some reason.
All right, trust me, you want to get to this.
Sorry, go on.
She goes, oh, I don't. I just followed him because we have mutuals. Whatever, end of conversation. The next morning, 9 a.m. on a Wednesday, I'm sitting in a cafe and I get a DM from the fake account. It's a video. And for some reason, something in my gut told me to screen record before opening it. So I did. And lo and behold, it's a video of my boyfriend bent over in the shower, shoving a purple butt plug up his butt. We broke up. You're welcome.
Oh my God.
These cannot be real. But they also can't be made up because someone's making that story up.
Wait. So the fake account was an actual person who he'd sent the video to?
Yeah. Like he's obviously, they've obviously created a fake profile, had some probably saucy pics. Not even to expose him. I reckon what happened, which I had a brief conversation with her about it, and I said, I assume what's happened here is that they've been being cheeky. She, or whatever the account, has probably not known that he has a partner. You've got in touch, said you're the partner, and then she's gone, well, I'm going to out him now as a cheater, and showed her. You know what I mean? But imagine that's the way you find out that your partner's doing shady stuff. You get a video of him butt plugging himself in the shower.
Oh, no.
And obviously it's not like, it's obvious that he sent that to someone else, That's that's
it is possible that.
Oh, great. Can't wait to hear this. Yeah, what's possible?
I just like thinking about all scenarios. What if someone hacked him and then that video was old? We're not going to fetish shame.
Yeah. Probability high on that one.
That's really sad.
I'm not fetish shaming him. I'm just saying the video was the video. No one said you can butt plug yourself where you want.
What did she say to him? What would you say?
I think she said she sent him the video because she screen recorded it.
Nice.
And then just said,
just
see you
straight
later.
up, here you go.
Yeah, just said, thanks, see ya.
Oh,
or she said something like,
God.
nice content, and left it.
I love that she told us it was purple.
Yeah. Well, context matters, It paints the picture in the listener to, they're now envisioning him on all fours.
Lucky
butt
you
plugging
guys.
himself with a purple one.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's a shocking way to find out. I dare say they're all shocking when you find out that your partner's being shady.
bad.
But to be sent a video from a stranger and know that they have that sort of stuff. But then also I think to myself, sucked into your boyfriend, what a dumb way to.
Yeah.
It's hard to feel sorry for people. I find it hard to feel sorry for people
Why
when
do
they've
people
cheated on
send
partners.
photos
Yeah,
and videos when they've got other partners? That's
Yeah.
what I'm wondering. It's solid evidence that you're doing something shady.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
What?
So this person's obviously captured it and passed it on, which is, if you listened to our episode a couple of weeks ago about nudes, I said, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Take your face out. And if you've got a recognizable butt plug, take that out as well. Or leave it in, up to you.
I was dating my brother's best mate for a while. One day he went to use the toilet and I noticed he left the door slightly open. I don't know why, but at the time it grossed me out. So to make things worse, he then didn't wash his hands afterwards. I dumped him the next day. He asked for a reason, but I couldn't tell him the truth. I didn't want to embarrass him.
I put this one in because I don't think it's very fair.
Because he didn't wash his hands.
Yeah.
Why is he pooing with the door open?
You do that at home, you
We're
sick
married
unit.
with child.
Oh my gosh.
And so do you. Sorry. Oh, okay. Are you going to sit on your high horse? You act like you didn't do it the other day.
Let's discuss this, all right?
Oh, okay. So you want to talk about me going to the bathroom, but not you.
Keep your personal poo chat to yourself.
Oh, that's ironic.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth breaking up over.
I
It's
feel-
giving you already had the ick, to be honest.
Yeah,
They're not
feel like
washing hands is yuck.
I feel like it could have been a one-off as well. Like he could have had a phone call and he picked it up, or something brought him away from the moment. You don't need to ruin a relationship over it, or just go hey Jimmy, go and wash your hands. That's gross.
I think if he's over at his best mate's house, he's in best mate mode and not girlfriend mode. So he's thinking about what would I do with my best mate? I'm gonna shit with the door open, not wash my hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think
That's the thing. That's the thing about crossing that line is now he's gonna treat you probably in the same way.
Wait, what line is that? Going to your friend's house?
No, hanging out with his best mate. Like, you're now in the similar category. You're in the same
Wait,
space.
so that's a line that can be crossed. Once you invite them to hang out with your best mate, you can shoot with the door open.
That's what I'm saying. He's hazy on what he's doing because he's in the house that he's normally in when he's chilling out with his best mate.
I can tell you, I got mates. I go to their house. I shut the door. It's not like
Do they?
thing. It's not like I
Wait,
go,
do
hey, I'm at the boys'
they
place.
shutting the
Boys, cop this smell through your house. Like, why would anyone think just because you're at your mate's house you leave the door open?
I think some boys do.
I just don't think it's maybe, as Jad said, you had the ick already and this cemented it for you. But if this was like the only thing this guy had done wrong and he was a great partner before that, and it's one of your brother's friends, so obviously, like you spent a lot of time and you probably know him quite well, and this was the thing that, I don't know if that's, you might have made a mistake.
I think you already didn't like him.
I was dating this guy for a while and he introduced me to a couple of his friends who worked as strippers. They were nice, but unbelievably forward, flirty, and sometimes inappropriate with me and my partner. Someone in passing once mentioned my boyfriend and one of the girls making videos together. I thought they meant skits online.
I thought they meant skits.
I couldn't find any of the skits, but noticed that she had an OnlyFans. I subscribed under a fake name and found videos of my boyfriend having sex with her on her OnlyFans account. Hell of a way to find out that you're being cheated on. Needless to say, we split up.
It was during.
Oh, man.
Oh, it was during. Sorry, how do you not find out sooner? It's a public forum.
What do you mean?
How did she not find out sooner if her boyfriend's
What do you mean it's a public forum?
Well, like, anyone can go and sign up.
Yeah, but let's...
Like, surely someone is going, hey, is that not your boyfriend?
Wait. So let's just
Am I
paint this
missing
picture.
something?
Yeah, you are missing something.
Okay.
Not everyone is like a noticeable public figure. Like some people just are people that just have a small friendship group.
Yeah.
So
But you would think that,
let's say she's making videos. Why would the friendship group be subscribed to her account watching her content? That seems a bit weird. So it's
I
other
would.
people.
If my friend had OnlyFans, I would.
That's weird. Why would you want to see your friend's clacker?
I'd just be curious. Wouldn't you?
Never. No, I wouldn't.
If you're telling me, no. You're telling me right now, if one of your best mates had OnlyFans, you wouldn't have a gaze out of curiosity.
Why would I want to see my mate's dingus?
You're so full of crap. I know you would.
This is the weirdest conversation ever to me. I promise on our marriage, if any of my mates had OnlyFans, I wouldn't. Why would I subscribe to it? That seems so weird.
I'd want to see.
Why would I
What
want
are
to
you
see my
doing?
mate naked?
What's up?
What?
I'd be curious.
That is horrible. You're a weird unit. Yeah, that is.
Also, support your friend.
Oh, yeah, let's turn it into something good now.
Small business. Support your friend's small business.
Is it a small business? Oh, yeah, for most people it probably would
Sort
be.
of.
Some of these people make more than...
I'm surprised that she didn't find out sooner, to be honest.
Yeah, how? I'm saying, what's the scenario where you
I
find
just
out
think
sooner?
surely someone's seen and gone, hey, that's blah, 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 blah. The world's connected. Everyone's all really connected.
Yeah, but how, not everyone knows your relationship status. Like, she might have just started dating this guy for 3 months. It's not public news, you know what I mean? Like, she's found out that a dude's doing this.
All
it's
right.
not... If you have an OnlyFans, it doesn't mean
pretty-
that every person that could possibly know you is subscribed, watching, and then
Just Jadé.
telling everyone around you who they're, it's just...
It's a pretty crap way to find out your partner's
It's a
cheating on
horrible
you.
way to find out. And you lost $14.99 in the process. You know what would be sick on your behalf, though? If you didn't cancel the subscription straight away and you kept watching. That would be a bit funky. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That's a horrid one as well. All right, what do you got for me, darling?
My ex was toxic and it took me years to realise it, and I finally got the guts to break up with him, and a few days later he turned up at my house begging for me back and crying, and I said I'm sorry but I can't do it anymore, and his last sentence to me was, can I at least see your boobs one last time? There must have been some real good boobs. You've got a good set on you, and that is probably what's driving him.
Maybe you had those Apple glasses on where you could blink and take a photo or something.
Wow, that is crazy.
That's him just going like, look, I'm out here.
I'm cutting my losses.
I'm just
Can
gonna,
I see your yitties?
I'm going to swing in the dark here and hope that she goes, yeah.
Did you say yes? Did you ask?
No. Did I ask? You know, when I have conversations with people, it's appropriate ones for a bit more context. I'm not going to ask this girl, so did you show him your titties?
Yes.
Did you show him?
No, this is important.
No, that's weird.
You need to dig deeper.
That is weird. Imagine you find out that
That's
your
so
husband
funny.
is asking women on the internet if they show their boobs to dudes. That's a bit weird.
True. When you put it that way, it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Maybe it's good that you didn't ask.
Super weird. I think that one, like, that's a lighthearted one. That's a funny one. But
That's hilarious.
yeah, at least you know you had a good set that he wanted to see again.
Can I at least see your boobs?
And he's
one
probably
last
still
time?
thinking about him. So that's kind of nice to think about.
Wow.
But yeah, that's a hell of a way to end a relationship. And
That's a door slam in the face, I reckon.
he can't be older than 17.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's what it has to be.
That's not an adult sentence.
That's
you know?
crazy.
That's some guy who's seen his first pair and gone, shit, I might not be seeing another pair of these for quite some time,
That's
so I'm going to have a
terrible.
last crack. Oh, poor guy.
All right.
And
Send
poor
us
girl.
out with the last one, Lachlan.
All right. This one's simple, and I wanted to give you guys this one because I thought it was worth a discussion. It says, I was with my partner for 7 years, and he broke up with me through a message. What's the time frame where that's not okay?
7 years, probably.
No time before that, so 6.5. You're like, oh yeah, text me. What?
No, I'm saying 7 years, definitely not okay. That's a really long time to be broken up with over message. I don't know. What do
I
you
honestly
think?
feel like it's
All my breakups have been
like-
over message.
what? I feel
Yeah.
like once you're in like a relationship almost, like once you're exclusive, I think it should be, you know, you should break up over text. I mean, not break up over text, sorry.
Really? Even if you've been together for 4 months?
Yeah, I think you owe that to someone to have that conversation with them. If you're exclusively dating, like your boyfriend and girlfriend, you're not seeing anyone else. Like,
Well, I don't know that I agree with you. I think if you've been together for 4 months, maybe text is okay. Or if you've been sleeping with their best mate of 12 years.
what?
You know that guy from earlier?
Yeah.
Instead of having the intervention.
Or text is better.
I don't know.
They've been together 8 years, that story.
I'm trying to think of what I'd like in that scenario. I don't think I'd like to see you again face to face whilst finding that out.
Yeah, okay. So it's a scenario-based thing, not a time-based
Maybe, yeah.
thing. Okay. Yeah. I just think it's like a nice thing to do, you know? Like
Yeah.
texting is like an easy way out. It's like a cop-out, you know? Like
It
if
is.
you're in a relationship with someone, they're your girlfriend.
Mm.
You probably know each other's friends, families.
Yeah.
Like I think that's worth like having a conversation, not just like a, hey, this is not for me anymore. Peace out. Nice knowing you.
Mm.
Delete my number.
Okay.
I love how I can change your mind so easily with these things.
I'm just open to your suggestion.
I appreciate that. Just incorporate that more into our life.
No.
All right, guys, that is all we have for you today with crazy breakup stories. But I dare
I'm
say,
feeling inspired
I dare say, what, to break up with me?
to write a contract.
Oh, okay. I dare say, I honestly was overwhelmed with how many stories you guys like reached out. You wanted to share them. Obviously, we don't have time to get through them.
We might
all
have to
on the
run it
pod.
back.
But if you do enjoy this episode, please let us know, and we can do another breakup episodes because I got about another 100 in the tank ready for you
Yes.
guys. So if you did enjoy us, let us know. But let's get stuck into our Ask Mum and Dad,
Let's get stuck in.
or tuck in.
Let's tuck me in.
All right, guys, now always finishing off our episode with an Ask Mum and Dad, whereby we are your internet parents, where we attempt to help you with your issues. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. If you did have an issue or something you needed help with, you can feel free to write into us at madaboutYou@novapodcast.com.au. Now, this week we have, hey guys, I'd love to get your opinion on the following. I'm 22 and I've been seeing this girl for about 5 months. We've never had the chat about being exclusive or anything, but we see each other a few times a week and I've mentioned that I'm not seeing anyone else. For the most part, I'd say it's going pretty well. In the last few weeks, though, she's been asking me to send her small amounts of money to help her with things like rent, food, and even a phone bill so she could, and I quote, keep talking to me. They aren't massive amounts of money, but I still think it's a bit strange. I've sent her money once, but made excuses up for the other times she's asked. What do you guys think I should do?
Leave?
Yeah, it's a weird one, eh?
No, it's.
I feel like
I hate to say it, but
off the bat,
giving
it sounds
sus
like
vibes.
sus vibes. It sounds like you're being a little bit taken advantage of.
I think you're being
perhaps,
played,
and
yeah.
manipulated by a girl that, you know, knows that you fancy her, you're interested. You're young, you know, you're probably a little bit naive, and yeah, it's it's probably not the right thing to do. She's probably got friends. She's probably got a family that she can lean on in times if she needs money to buy dinner or, pay for a phone bill. And it's definitely not your responsibility as what you said, I'm 22, as a 22-year-old to be footing the bill of a girl that you're not even, as you said, exclusive with. You've just mentioned to her that you're not seeing anyone else. And you didn't say that she said the same thing.
Yeah.
So.
It's not a good habit, I think, to create is, feeding into that kind of request. And, if someone's struggling to pay rent and, you have a life together and you want to help them out, that makes perfect sense. Like maybe once, maybe twice if it's a really dire situation. That, I kind of get how you can find yourself in that scenario. Maybe she doesn't have friends and family to lean on, but I think it would be worth having at least a conversation of like, hey, if you really need help, like I can help you
find a job,
get out of that scenario so we can, create a like more of a long-term plan for you, because obviously this isn't very sustainable. So yeah, I don't know if that's the situation, then yeah, it's
that being said, you don't
nice to support.
You don't want to enter a relationship thinking that you have to be someone's dad, and help them figure out all their things, because it sounds like she doesn't have things to figure out. It sounds like she's just taking you for a bit of a ride.
Yeah, you never know what scenario someone's in. Helping someone once or twice makes perfect sense. That's totally fine. But I think considering you're not in a relationship and it keeps happening, I think, it's probably not worth your time.
Also, if you're going out on like dates and stuff and going on adventures together and you're paying and trying to be a gentleman, that's lovely. But for her to message you and ask for money for unrelated things that are like, sounds like more things for herself, like dinner and a phone bill.
Yeah.
And then for her to preface it like you said,
but we can't talk then if you don't. Like,
and she prefaces it by saying it's so you can continue talking. It sounds like she's kind of trying to make you feel a little bit guilty and twist your arm a little bit. So,
I don't like it. I'm getting sus vibes.
Yeah, it is actually giving sus vibes. I don't disagree with that terminology even in this instance, which is, that's even weird for me to say, my guy. So, I dare say you're probably in a bit of a tricky one, and it sounds like she's probably not there for the right reasons. So it wouldn't even be one that I would suggest, like, I don't know, trying to have a conversation with her. And
if you really like her, you've been together for several months and you want to continue seeing her, I think then you need to take this a bit more seriously and sit her down. And if she's willing to have a chat with you and figure things out with you, you're trying to help her long term, great. And if not, then maybe it's time to walk away if you guys don't see a future together.
Yeah.
Figure that out first.
And if you like feeling absolutely YOLO and you split up with her,
here we go.
Ask for the money back, see how much you can get back.
What the heck?
Just have a try.
What's wrong with you?
Why not? Say, remember I lent you that $60 for your phone bill. Can I have it back? And then if she's like a loving person and she really wants the relationship to work, she'll go, yeah, no worries. Here it is, back. If not, then you did the right thing. Sack her off.
I think we can.
And if she gives it back, maybe you think about getting back with her.
Avoid Lachlan's advice.
I'm just mucking around, mate. I reckon sack her off.
Either way, it requires some sort of, I think, conversation. You need to be honest about where your future's going, or be honest about how you feel about her asking these things of you.
Or just totally be honest and say, I don't want to pay for your shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Until you at least say you're my girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. Have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that one. Yeah.
Good luck, my friend.
Sorry to
Feel free to get back in touch and let me know how it goes. Guys, that's all we have for you this week. Another episode in the tank.
Thanks for tuning in. We love having you guys with us.
Yeah, it means a lot. And once again, a thank you to everyone who comes forward and shares your stories. Some of them, are baffling to us, but nice to know that you have a support system of us that are here to talk some smack about it, and thousands of people that are ready to listen to your stories. So, thank you again. We appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you next week. If you want to leave a review, leave a comment. It means a lot to us.
Imagine asking someone to show them your boobs when you've just broken up.
To be honest, that one I sort of get, because if we split up, I might have a crack at seeing yours one last time.
See you later.
Until next week.